Përshëndetje miqtë mi, and welcome in this new video of the Albanian language. As you know, in the Albanian language, we have two forms for the nouns, the definite form and the indefinite form. Today, I will teach you how to form the definite form in the nominative case of the masculine nouns. So, let's start. So, to form the definite form, the masculine nouns, they have to follow some rules. Let's see some rules, and also I'm going to show you some examples. Now, the first rule is, if the noun ends in a consonant in the indefinite form, and we are talking about the masculine nouns, to form the definite form, you have to add an "i". So, for example, you have the word gjysh, a grandfather. Now, to make it in the definite form, you have to add "i". So, gjyshi. Let's see some examples. With the first example, gjysh. Unë takova një gjysh. I met a grandfather. Unë takova një gjysh. Now, the definite form of the nominative case, gjyshi. Gjyshi im është shumë I mirë. My grandfather is very good. Gjyshi im është shumë I mirë. Alright, so this was the first rule. So remember, if the noun ends with a consonant in the indefinite form, then you have to add "i" to make the definite form. Now, the second rule is, when the masculine nouns ends in "a", and there are some nouns, not too many, but there are some nouns in masculine that ends with "a", then to make the definite form, in this case the "a" will fall and it will be replaced with "i". Let's see the example. We have the word bur, which we know that when you are going to speak, we don't pronounce that at the end, but when we are going to write it, then you have to write it. So it's bur. Now, to make the definite form, you have to replace that with "i". So it will be buri. Bur can be translated with man, but also with husband. And buri is the man or the husband, definite form. Now, let's see one example with bur. For example, unë njoha një burr. Unë njoha një burr. I knew a man. The example with burri. Burri im është në punë. Burri im është në punë. My husband is at work. In this case, I translated it with husband. But as you know, burr can be translated with husband or man. So we saw here two rules. The first rule, if the noun ends with a consonant, then you have to add an "i" to make the definite form. If the noun ends with "a", then that "a" will be replaced with "i" in the definite form. Let's see some other rules. Alright, here we have some other rules. If a masculine noun ends in a stressed "a", in this case you have to add an "i". For example, baba, a father. In this case, the word ends with the "a", the stressed "a", baba. So the stress is at the end. In this case, you have to add an "i", so it will become babai, the father. Let's see an example with the first case, baba. Pash në rrugë një baba. I saw a father in the street, like a father, general noun. But in the other case, then we have the father. Babai im është shumë I mirë. My father is very good. Babai im është shumë I mirë. So that is also a rule that the masculine nouns will follow when they will change from the indefinite form to the definite. Now let's see the other rule. Some masculine nouns, they end in "er". In this case, the "a" they will drop a and they will add e. For example, liber, liber, a book. The definite form will be libri, libri, the book. So in this case, that is dropped and then we have added e. So libri. Let's see an example with the first case. Bleva një liber. Bleva një liber. I bought a book. Then with the second case, libri ishte shumë I bukur. Libri ishte shumë I bukur. The book was very beautiful. Now let's see the other rule. If a noun, a masculine noun, ends with k or with g or with h, in this case, to form the definite form, you have to add u. So for example, shock, a friend, will become shoku, the friend, or zog, a bird, will become zogu, the bird, or krah, arm, an arm, will become krahu in the definite form. Let's see an example. Takova një shok. I met a friend. Takova një shok. The second case, Agimi është shoku im. Agimi është shoku im. Agimi is my friend. With the other word, zog, bird. Pash një zog. I saw a bird. The second case, zogu ishte I veçantë. Zogu ishte I veçantë. The bird was special. Let's see the last one. Vrava një krah. I hurt an arm. Vrava një krah. The definite form, krahu im është I dobët. Krahu him është I dobët. My arm is thin. Alright, so these were the rules, the 5 rules that we have in the masculine, for the masculine nouns to form from the definite form, right, of the masculine nouns in singular. Now, let's see them again. So let's repeat this again. The first rule was if the noun ends in consonant, you have to add I to make the definite form. And we saw the example, gjysh becomes gjyshi. The second rule was when the noun ends in a, then this a will be replaced with I in the definite form. And the example was burra, man or husband, will become buri, the man, the husband. The third rule was if a masculine noun ends with a stress a, then you will add an I to make the definite form. Një baba will become babai. Father will become the father, babai. Some masculine nouns, when they end in like liber, then this will be dropped and it will be replaced with I. So we have to add I. So liber will become libri. And the last rule was for all the masculine nouns in singular, when they add with k, g, or h, then to make the definite form, you have to add u. So shock will become shoku, and zog will become zogu. And the last one, krah, will become krahu. And we saw all the examples in this case. Alright, so thank you for following this video as well. I'm going to make another video for the feminine nouns, so the rules that they follow. So follow me and please subscribe on my channel. Subscribe on my channel, Viola DJ, if you like my videos. Then I have also Facebook page, Let's Learn Albanian. I have a Facebook group, Learn Albanian with Viola. I also have the Instagram account, Learn Albanian with Viola. I have a Twitter as well account, Alb with Viola, And if you need private lessons with me, then send an email to my account julbegaj@gmail.com. Thank you very much and Miro Pavshim Gaun Viola.